welcome back to The Truth Hurts, where we expose the corrupt politicians and the lying corporate media. The lying corporate media. I mean, get ready for this today. Right now, if you're tuning in, Trump is being arraigned. Oops, I'm on the wrong side. Right over here. Down here. There you go. I would be the worst weatherman on the planet. I don't know which direction the storm's coming from. And by the way, it's raining and hailing here in Minnesota. We're going to bring you live coverage of Trump's arraignment. We're going to give you the schedule. Joining me today, as always, is Political Junkies. MAGA Jesse, unbiased right here. Just reporting the facts today, right there, Jesse?
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, this is the biggest witch hunt that we've ever seen in the history of our country. We've never seen any kind of president targeted like this. We've never seen the weaponization of the justice system, this kangaroo court. I'm feeling very confident with Trump. We are going to win.
There you go. You heard it from MAGA Jesse. The largest witch hunt ever in this country, even larger than the Salem witch hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Which is where the word came from.
Literal witch hunt. Mm-hmm. Actually, not literal, because witches aren't true. Or are they?
They
Leprechauns
are.
are real.
Mm-hmm.
Joining me also is straight-laced himself, Mr. William Beck. How you doing, William?
I don't have a speech prepared, so hello.
Running the dials is Dawson. Reading your comments is Bridget. Let us know where you are watching this from. This is unprecedented. Obviously, MAGA Jesse's right. This is a witch hunt. Just so you know, there's no way of saying this isn't political. Oh, they're just doing God's work in the law, right? That, you know, like the idea the left would even say something like that's insane, because this is a crime. This is apparently a crime that would be a federal crime, right? FEC violation, Federal Elections Commission violation. Essentially, they're taking something that should have been, would be an illegal corporate contribution. We don't, by the way, we at this moment, and this says 1:00 p.m. Central Standard Time, we don't know the charges. There's apparently 34 felony charges against Donald Trump. We don't know what they are right now. I think that'd be a big deal. I think they'd want to let us know what that is. You'd also think they'd want to let us know the manifesto, the words of the manifesto by the shooter in Nashville. But we don't get to know that because the lying corporate media hides things from us. And this injustice system's hiding that stuff from us.
Right. No, and you're right that they won't release what these crimes are. Even Trump himself hasn't been told what he is being charged with. We only know because of leaks going to the media, leaks going to the Trump campaign, leaks going to the lawyers and whatnot. So that's the only way that we're getting this 34 number. And from the way that I understand it, this Alvin Bragg and the rest of them, they're going to try to individually charge Trump each one of those little payments. You know, some people say that Michael Cohen was doing this on his own volition, that Trump never ordered any of this. You know, we all know that Michael Cohen is a scumbag. He's the one who turned his back on Trump entirely. And these Democrats, it's funny, like you're saying, Jake, they're the ones who say we got to respect the Constitution. Where were they ever during, you know, free speech, Second Amendment, all of the COVID lockdowns, mandates? They don't care about the Constitution. They don't care about the rule of law. Look at where this is happening. New York City, one of the biggest, crime-infested places in the world. And they're the ones who want to talk about law and order. You know, just like impeachment, these Democrats, they don't care what it is. They don't care what it is. They don't care if it's true. They will do and say anything to go after Trump and try to take him out.
All right, so here's why this thing is clearly political, right? He supposedly violated a election law in 2016. This is like going back to October 2016, right? Do I have that right? Of a hush payment to Stormy Daniels. I remember seeing this. I'm like, is that even illegal? But the reason they're saying it's illegal is because it was a corporate contribution or corporate money that went to hushing up Stormy Daniels, which he said he never had sex with his dog pony-faced woman, right? Mm-hmm. Is that what it was? Dog pony? No, pony. What is the term he uses?
Yeah, horse face.
Horse face, sorry. No, dog pony soldier is what I was thinking of.
that's
Lion,
a Biden
dog
thing.
face, pony soldier.
Yeah. Sorry. Brain's not functioning well. I'm so hungry.
Neither is Biden's brain.
Our brisket was supposed to be... It's fallen behind schedule right now. We got can you go to our brisket cam? We got a brisket on our Traeger grill back there. And at some point, what's so funny? There's a brisket. Okay. That's our live photo of our brisket. All the barbecuers out there like, close it, don't open it. It's not a live picture. So, and that's not my Chevy because I don't drive Chevy. I also don't drink Bud Light. Before or now? We'll get into that story too. So much to talk about. It's political. I'm going to get to my point here. It's political because why on earth are they investigating something from 2016 that New York City office wouldn't even need to investigate? Plus, Alvin Bragg ran on this issue. I'm going to arrest or I'm going to prosecute Donald Trump. It's political.
Mm-hmm.
So just imagine the leading, I don't even want to say the former president. Who cares? It's the former president. The leading contender for president in a major political party right now is being prosecuted, 34 felony counts. They want to send him to Rikers for what? Something happened back in 2016 that the FEC even dropped its investigation of. So this is political by nature. There's no way around that. So right here on the screen, we are watching Trump outside. This is outside the courthouse. And apparently, let's pull up the graphic right now so we can show people what's going to happen today. I got this graphic from CNN. Oh, you're going to have to throw that on the big screen. I got this graphic from CNN, okay? Thank you, CNN, because you guys are all on top of coverage today. Of course you're on top of coverage. You guys are having a field day. And maybe with Trump being arraigned and Trump being indicted and a trial, possibly, CNN can start getting their numbers back because they dropped precipitously after Trump left office. So number one, starting from the top left, the district attorney's office. This is the schedule for Trump during the day. The Secret Service is scheduled to accompany Trump to the district attorney's office, which is in the same building as the courthouse. This has already occurred, right, guys?
Yep.
Okay, so this has occurred, number one. Then we go to number two, the processing. Trump will be booked by the investigators, which includes taking his fingerprints. He is under arrest right now, correct?
Mm-hmm. Well, and yeah, so they're not going to put him in handcuffs. That's what I'm hearing is that that at least we aren't going to see any of that happen. But the fingerprints, the mugshot, all of that still, of course, will take place.
So being under arrest meaning he's not free to go, I guess.
Right.
Is that so?
Right. He's being detained.
So Trump made a big deal about that today.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess wouldn't that always be the deal if he was getting fingerprinted? Like if he said no, he wouldn't be free to go. Or I guess then they'd say you are under arrest. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But if he's under arrest, they have to read him as Miranda rights.
Right. Yeah, no, I don't know if it's a lawful arrest. Well, of course, none of this is lawful. But, to legalese, in that way, whether I would say it's more confinement and detainment than an arrest as of now.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, it's very interesting what is going on here. And Trump's last truth that he put on Truth Social was, heading to Lower Manhattan, the courthouse seems so surreal. Wow, they're going to arrest me. Can't believe this is happening. MAGA. So I think Trump has a good view of what's going on here. He was the one who called this, 10, 11 days before the indictment even happened. Even the media started saying, is Donald Trump crazy? Is he onto something? They were starting to doubt whether or not this was going to happen. And of course, Trump knew he was playing some 4D chess, and he exposed what exactly was going to happen here. That's why I think we are going to win. Trump wouldn't be going into the lion's den here. He wouldn't be going into Manhattan unless he knew he was going to win. Trump wouldn't put himself in harm's way. And this is the first of many legal battles that we are going to have to fight. And this is a big win for us. We're going to beat them.
Okay, so let's go back to number two. We're going to hear a lot from Mega Jesse. Mega Jesse's monitoring Truth Social, which might be the best place to break it. We do speculate if Trump's even on it today. William will also be investigating. Bridget will be reading your comments. And Dawson is going to be earning his pay today because, holy crap, we're going to be pulling things in and out. And we're going to try to give you a good show, too, about all the other news stories, although, of course, how would we ignore this? So Trump will be booked by investigators, which includes taking his fingerprints. I believe this has happened. Ordinarily, a mugshot would be taken, but sources familiar with the preparations were uncertain as to whether that will happen today. Mm-hmm. You almost think that he wants the mugshot. Here's what I think. What does he do? Does he smile? Does he have the straight face? What do you do? Mm-hmm. What do you do in a mugshot? I never know what the right move is on a mugshot.
Mm-hmm.
You certainly don't do the Anton Lazaro. Weirdest look ever.
I thought he wasn't getting a mugshot.
Well, they were saying that he's possibly not, but
okay.
At some point,
I think he would smile.
Would you smile?
Do the classic, Trump kind of grin, you know?
Okay. Courtroom, number 3. After he's processed, so this is where we're at right here. I think he's got to go in to what's the actual courtroom. And I believe the arraignment is set for 2:15 Eastern, which would be 1:15 Central. Mm-hmm. This could all be out the window, okay? I'm just saying. But this is why this is perfect for our show, is because this is all happening while we're live, because we come to you Tuesday and Thursday at 1 o'clock. The courtroom, after he's processed, Trump will be taken through a back set of hallways and elevators to the floor where the courtroom is located. He'll then come out to a public hallway to walk into the courtroom. Trump is not expected to be handcuffed. Expected. All right, there you go. All right, the arraignment. Just go down to number 4. The arraignment. Trump is expected to be brought to the courtroom where the indictment will be unsealed and he will formally face the charges. So according to you, Jesse, this is the first time he actually sees what he's being charged with, correct?
Right.
His lawyers don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's fascinating.
Yeah.
After he's arraigned, Trump will almost certainly be released on his own reconnaissance. It is possible, though perhaps unlikely, that conditions may be set on his travel. So what we're hoping is that, well, I guess there's probably not a press. I thought there'd be a press pool in the hallway. Maybe it's actually the point where he's leaving the courthouse. Where there's a lot of supporters.
They said the cameras are allowed in the hallways.
They are.
So the cameras are allowed in the hallways, and from my understanding, there's one massive courtroom that this is going to be happening in. They have 2 additional courtrooms where they're going to be showing it on the TV, 2 reporters. So a lot of this, they're keeping it from the public. They're only allowing their special, their special friends of the media to be allowed to see it and report on it. And of course, this is happening in New York City, so it's not going to be fair, especially the media treatment and the people who are supposed to be his jury. Trump was saying, why don't we move this to Staten Island? Staten Island is one of the only places in New York City where there's some conservatives still left. And of course, he could get a fair trial there, but they're looking to rig this thing. They're not looking for a fair trial. They want to throw Trump in jail for whatever they can.
Yeah, I mean, Staten Island has good conservatives like George Santos, right? All right, number 5, leaving the courthouse. Once the court hearing is over, Trump is expected to walk again through the public hallway and into the back corridors to the district attorney's office, back to where his motorcade will be waiting. Now, there's a lot of supporters out there, including your gal, Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently you got a little physical out there, but nothing too crazy to report on. And then last but not least, back to Mar-a-Lago. Trump will then head to the airport to go back to Mar-a-Lago, where he's scheduled to speak publicly this evening. So if there was ever a Trump speech to listen to, I think we're going to want to listen to that tonight. Yeah. Oh, my God. Which I'm guessing you go to Truth Social to listen to that. So there you go. That is the schedule. We'll probably reference that many times here during the broadcast. I want to bring up, can you go to our Twitter page? Sorry to throw this one at you, Dawson. Action for Liberty's Twitter page, and hit the replies. I wanted to throw this at you, what the Democrats here in Minnesota had to say about Trump being indicted, because quite frankly, I sometimes just wish this stuff was happening on the other side so people could see how consistent we are, right? Because I'd be opposed to this crap.
Right, I know, and there aren't those there aren't district attorneys on the conservative side that are weaponizing the system against their political opponents like we see with the left all the time. The right just doesn't do that kind of stuff because we are about law and order.
Well, let's put it this way. Let's say a former president, let's call him Bill Clinton, actually went and participated in human trafficking on some, I don't know, mysterious island out in the Atlantic. Okay? Yep. I think if that's happened, then yes, you should prosecute Bill Clinton. Okay? I'm just a hypothetical if that would happen. Yeah. But to go back, and by the way, they got to go back after Trump's out of office, because when he's in office, you can't prosecute the president. It's an impeachment, right?
Yeah.
So they got to go back to 2016 for something that no one's being harmed on. This is ridiculous that you think this is the big thing. So yes, if a president like raped someone or murdered someone, an ex-president, yes, I'm not going to say that you don't prosecute him for that. Violent crimes, or he committed fraud, like, criminal fraud or something like that, even if it's a white collar crime. But what we're doing is we're saying Trump, this is a loose argument at best. It's clearly political. So go to the replies up on our Twitter page, Dawson, on the top. It says replies. Now I'm going to pretend like I know Twitter. Scroll down. As we replied to the DFL. This is how I know that we did it. Keep going. Somewhere in here. Yeah, keep going. Oh, here we go. All right. Click on that. Yeah, that one there just to highlight. Yep. Click on that. So the DFL, and scroll up just a tad. DFL wrote on March 30th, so this is the day that the indictment went down, in the United States of America, nobody is above the law. except for all your political allies who flew to Epstein's Island, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I look at this stuff and I go, the Democrats have no moral high ground on this issue.
Mm-hmm.
Their people are disgusting and done much worse things. And so what they're coming back for Trump on, it's really a crazy far stretch. I know Trump says this and you don't want to just take Trump's word for things, but I really do wonder if they're going to be able to actually get these charges dropped. Like, will he even face his day in court? Because at this point, unless you don't understand how the system works, they've had a grand jury, you know, actually indict him. That doesn't mean like it's a jury of his peers or anything like that. And two sides of the argument came up. It's the prosecution throwing all their witnesses at a group of people with one-sided view. So it's not like he's faced an actual jury of his peers, if you can even have a jury of his peers in New York City, which is the one concern I have coming out of this whole thing. What are your thoughts on that, Jesse? Do you think he does actually go to court on this issue? What do you think happens?
I think, and here's the thing, I don't know for sure. You know, there's lots of good Trump people saying all kinds of different things, but the way that I see this case is it is so bad, it would be a bad look for the Democrats to even try to push this one through. They know, you know, there's so many members of the media, the liberal media, were saying that, you know, these are bad charges, that it's a weak case, that this isn't going to be the one to get Trump. So Alvin Bragg, obviously, he's just, you know, a puppet for the establishment. He's funded by George Soros. It's obvious that he's willing to stick his neck out there for something BS like this. I think that Trump's going to win. I think these charges are going to be dropped because even though this judge Juan Merchan, this guy hates Trump, and come to find out this judge who's on the New York Supreme Court, come to find out his daughter worked for Kamala Harris, that she's big on board with the Biden-Harris campaign. So it's so obvious that this is a rigged process, and you know, we the people can't fall for this scam. And luckily, the majority of people already see through this scam, which is a beautiful thing.
All right, so we're looking here down on the bottom screen. At this point, we believe Trump is being arraigned. It's just past 2:15 Eastern Standard Time. Obviously, we're not seeing inside the courthouse here. We're going to give you – Jesse's going to be – I mean, do a shot right now on Jesse. This is Jesse. You don't need – do what you're doing. I know you. I know the camera's on you, but he is face down. When he's done talking, he's face down on his phone. Zoom out of him. He's face down on his phone. He is literally watching the whole Truth social media.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, there you go.
See what's going on.
So he is. We are not going to miss something, most likely, here. I don't even know what you're on, but I'm sure you're searching the news, William. So we will be on top of this as info comes out. But don't forget, in about 20 minutes, I probably need you to go check on that brisket.
Yeah.
Just, you know?
Yep. 20 minutes here. Okay, sweet.
Maybe 30 minutes because it was at one. So what you want to do is you want to get it off the grill and wrapped in aluminum foil at 160 degrees.
Can we get a live view of what the brisket looks like here?
It's not a live view. Is this?
Yeah, I know.
Well, people are going to start
Oh, there she is. Ooh.
They're going to start hating on us if they're like, well, you guys close the grill. You're not going to get the smoke flavor. All right. See, I got a little shit last time because everyone's like, feed these guys. I don't know why that came up. Why did I have to feed you guys?
I think Dawson planted the idea in their heads.
What's that, Dawson?
Comments. I have a comment
we'll
for you
read
guys.
Comments.
Tim Woolery, I think I'm saying that right.
Yep, Tim
He's
Woolery.
on Facebook. He said, first of all, I guess Nancy Pelosi makes me believe that witches are real. But then he said, make brisket great again.
There you go.
So
There's nothing more American than brisket, right? I guess.
I don't know.
It's very Texas of us. What else we got?
Well, Tucker's here. Says, good afternoon to everyone that we woke up today in the communist states of America. And then Rodeo 55 is here. Says, good day. Actually, he's saying good day to Tucker. I guess not to us. But yeah.
What? So we're gonna start reading inner conversations between people in the comment section.
Well, maybe he'll come on and say hi to us
Stay
afterwards.
really busy here. For those that are just tuning in, and hopefully you're tuning in on Rumble. Do we have an audience on YouTube right now? I'm kind of curious because we're trying to get that down as low. 6. Good. All right. If you're on YouTube watching, you might want to head over to Rumble. We're going to cut the YouTube feed eventually because I'm sure Jesse's going to say something about this last election, and that's enough for YouTube to
I
want
just
to ban
found
us.
something that I probably cannot say on YouTube.
Okay, you just wait. I'm not going to cut us for another 10 minutes, but At the half-hour mark, we're going to cut off YouTube. So, Jesse, can you hold on to that?
I can hold on.
Okay,
I can
there
wait.
you go. Yeah, we don't want to get censored today. If you're going to watch on Facebook, too, same deal. Although I don't think we cut the feed. There's no reason to cut the feed on Facebook. They've never banned us, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
They shadow ban us.
Okay. Take that back. They only got rid of our page. They've never banned us from a video for a video.
Right.
Okay. I guess they don't have the same bots. Let's bring up the story on as we're waiting for this. Let's bring up the story on the drag show at the Capitol. Yeah, I think that. Do we want to leave? Yeah, let's leave with this one. Why don't you pop that on the big screen? In case you guys aren't following this, we broke this story last Friday, as if we didn't already have a crazy day with Trump being indicted. But Democrats held a big event at the Capitol Rotunda. And you know it's Democrats. See all the masks in the audience?
Mm-hmm.
Well, also look at that creature-looking thing in the background there. You see that by the stairs?
Black and white? Yeah.
Yeah, that thing's it's a demon.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of the stuff is demonic.
It really is.
Yeah. I mean, if you're not attuned to the fact there's a spiritual war going on, I think you gotta have a long, hard look at what's going on in the world right now.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of which, we'll show you this drag queen, which is a dude, by the way, which means they have a penis. Did you know that? That's what makes a dude, not a woman. And men can't menstruate. Mm-hmm. All right. Anyhow, children were present at this. This happened on Friday. Now, no one was at the Capitol on Friday. Essentially, like they adjourned till Monday from the House and Senate. Mm-hmm. So this was like the Democrats' big come together. It was Trans Recognition Day, not to be confused with every other day of the week. That's some kind of trans day, right? So scroll down here. This is a person dancing. The most interesting thing is the first thing they do, listen to how woke I am, the first thing they do. The first thing he does is walks over the roped off area for the sacred North Star in the rotunda. We actually have made a couple calls to Minnesota Historical Society, the library, what's that called? Legislative Library, to try to get the history of it, because it wasn't very apparent to us what it is. But anyhow, let's go ahead and play this video. This is a drag queen.
So notice
right
that
across it.
This guy's inside the ropes here. If you've ever been to the Capitol, you know you're not supposed to walk on that thing.
Yeah, it's signified by a roped-off section.
In case it wasn't clear.
Yeah, let alone dance on it.
Kids there, praising, cheering, happy, all that excitement. In attendance is Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan, no shock. A masked idiot. Bunch of masked idiots.
And of course, the one and only Chris Finke as well.
Yes, Finke, of course, Stinky Finke. We've got a whole slew of legislators. Who is this drag performer that was at the Capitol Rotunda? Just a wonderful individual. Let's scroll down here. We looked into it. William put together this. Oh, look at that. Well, those are great images. What's the person's name? Tom something? What is that?
No, it's Tony St. James.
Hold on. Why am I looking at the screen? I can look on here.
Tommy St. James. Yeah.
Tommy St. James. Tommy. How do you say that? Tommy? It's Tommy, isn't it?
I'm not the expert here.
What's that? Tommy Laurent? What's the person on Fox?
Tommy
that
Laurent.
Blonde girl? It's Tommy?
Yeah.
And that's what it is, right? Tommy?
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't grow up with someone named Tomi in my life, so I'm kind of new to that name.
Neither have I.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, back to your comment, Jake, this definitely is spiritual warfare. Like, these people quite literally worship Satan and evil.
Yes, 100%.
And a lot of that comes through worshiping the self. That's exactly what Satan wants us to do. And these people are gratifying their every desire. And, of course, it comes through like this with sexual gratification. What's that called? Autogynephilia, where you got to dress up as a woman to kind of and inflict that upon everyone else. Yeah, that's exactly what's going on here.
And then what we always say is cut it off for the kids. Whatever you want to do, private club, at your home. I'm a libertarian. I'm not going to opine on that. But, doing this in a public space in front of children, I mean, can't we just admit that's wrong? Yeah. But we can't. The legislators, the politicians are praising it. The lamestream media, the corporate media, they're barely reporting on this thing. No one's asking these tough questions. No one still, I think, from the corporate media asked Peggy Flanagan why she had that shirt with a knife on it that said "Protect Trans Kids." Got a couple of cops talking to each other as if something's going on. So at this point, Trump is in arraignment being processed. So it says Donald Trump being processed at courthouse.
It was supposed to take like an hour or so.
Well, I wouldn't be
right,
shocked if it's behind schedule, right?
Okay.
Not their everyday booking.
Sure.
Of course, what does it take to be booked in New York City these days? You have to be the ex-president because essentially you can steal cars and what are the other crimes that they're letting go in Manhattan? A lot of things. It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to this story on Bud Light as we're waiting for what's going on. So we got a lot of filler material, obviously. We want to break it when Trump comes out. So this is fascinating. Who was it? Was it you, William? No, Jesse, were you the one that told me about this?
Mm-hmm.
And you're a Budweiser guy.
I am not Bud Light, but Budweiser. So
Yeah, I was.
was
well, it's the same thing. Yeah.
well,
so.
it's the same company. Obviously, it doesn't taste the same, but
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, obviously,
the reason
it's a
Bud Light-
disappointment for me as a Budweiser guy. So
Well, the reason Bud Light tastes better is it's the less potent version of that shitty beer.
well,
'Cause
that's
Budweiser's terrible.
That's what some people like to say.
God.
I think the opposite. But it's crazy. This is totally the opposite of the demographic audience that drinks Budweiser and Bud Light.
Well, I was gonna say you showed me this article. I literally thought this was an April Fool's joke.
Yeah.
Because didn't Dylan Mulvaney, who's a very disturbed individual, a crazy person, we'll show you in these videos. It's without doubt a crazy person. But wasn't this tweet on April 1st?
Right. Yeah. No, I know this was going on April 1st. So I had to fact check myself on this too because I thought there's no way that Budweiser would be doing this. It doesn't make any sense. But then you do all the research and you come to find out that they're actually paying this Dylan Mulvaney money to, promote the brand, to be the sponsor, to be the face of the brand. It's like, what kind of world are we living in? It doesn't make sense.
Scroll down. We got to watch this video. I got two videos. Here's the first one. This is in the article. You can go to actionforliberty.com. This is, I guess, an ad maybe paid for by Bud Light. Doesn't look like it was very well produced, but here we have this trans woman, so it's a dude, in a bathtub with a top on, by the way. You don't need a top. You're a dude. But anyhow, with Bud Light in the back. Go ahead and hit play.
The estimated hold time is now less than 96 minutes.
That's definitely the way a dude would open a beer, by the way.
This is mental illness.
This guy's gonna make $1 million this year from doing garbage like this.
Oh,
We thank you
jeez.
for your patience.
I think it's on loop now, right? Or no, maybe not.
Sorry, are you still there?
He definitely looks like a dude in that shot.
I can't watch this.
That is a crazy person. By the way, I'm also concerned if you drink enough of those Bud Lights, you're gonna have to get out of that bathtub. Otherwise, no one's gonna want to be in that bathtub. It always hits me when you're in the lazy river in Vegas, and I see a lot of people drinking, but I don't see a lot of people getting out of the lazy river to go to the bathroom. Thank God chlorine is used. Did we have something on the bottom? Scroll down to the bottom of this. I thought we added something to this article. What did we add?
Here,
Now, go
scroll
back
up a little bit. So go ahead and click the part where it says CEO of Bud Light's parent company. So what I found out is that the owner of Bud Light, the one who is probably making this move, is a CIA operative. That he came from the CIA, from CIA to beer. It's like, this is proof that the deep state is the one that is pushing this kind of thing. It's the globalists. It's the people that are these elitists that push this transgender crap onto us. So
here we go.
it all makes perfect sense.
What do we got? Donald Trump coming out here. He's being processed. So this must be
There he is.
very short glimpse of him walking in the hallway.
God
What a
bless
baller.
that man.
Look at the way that he walked. That's all we're going to get, I think. They said it was just a short little thing. By the way, we can't control this feed, obviously. Action for Liberty, our news entity is growing, and it's getting. And by the way, I am so humbled by all you guys that are tuning in. Just our numbers keep growing. I'm so humbled by it. We're actually going to have. Should I talk about the news truck or the helicopter yet? No, okay, we won't talk about that. But anyhow, we're not big enough to actually send someone down to Manhattan yet. But we are growing, so I'm humbled. I was going through the numbers with the guys this weekend, and I'm just like, I cannot believe it. Every week we keep growing. I really, really, truly believe that we've got something awesome. But it could all be in my head. I could be a crazy person like Dylan Mulvaney until you guys tune in. Or maybe we're all just in a delusion. We're all crazy together. I don't know. Maybe it's that. But I really do appreciate you guys tuning in, and hopefully we'll keep bringing it. So let's go. Did you see in the sheet, Dawson, to the right of that article, I posted I think it's a Twitter link, and that's the other video I want to show of Dylan Mulvaney, because apparently Dylan's done two videos. Nope, that's the Kid Rock one.
Right.
Go to the right. There you go. In there, we're going to show the Kid Rock response, which I saw this morning. There you go. I want to watch that video. This is Dylan Mulvaney, the second video for Bud Light.
Hi. Impressive carrying skills, right? I got some Bud Lights for us. So, I kept hearing about this thing called March Madness, and I thought we were all just having a hectic month, but it turns out it has something to do with sports. And I'm not sure exactly which sport, but either way, it's a cause to celebrate. This month, I celebrated my day 365 of womanhood, and Bud Light
doesn't
sent
make
me
you a woman.
possibly the best gift ever, a can with my face on it. Check out my Instagram story to see how you can enjoy March Madness with Bud Light and maybe win some money too. Love ya!
I can't imagine something
Cheers.
I would like to
Go
do
team.
less than be
Whatever team you
following
I love too.
Dylan Mulvaney on
Okay.
Instagram. What a weirdo.
Love ya.
Whatever
Okay.
team you, I love it too. Go back. There's two really funny things that just happened. I'll get to the first one, and then the second one you guys are going to die on. Go back to the beginning of that video. Look at how he opens the can. This is like a dude move here.
Hi. Impressive carrying skills, right?
Yeah, that too.
I got some
Watch
Bud
this.
Lights for us.
Watch the way he
So,
opens this can.
I kept hearing about this
That's a
thing
Yeah.
dude
called
right
March
there. Like, I've
Madness,
never seen a
and
woman go like that to the can. I don't know why we do that, but it's the tap
Yeah, it's
tap.
for the carbonation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what
We
it's
just
for?
instinctively do that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, you do it to try to stop the carbonation from overflowing when you open it. So
Right.
I
at
have
least that's the
literally-
idea behind it.
I have literally never once seen that in my life.
Yeah, well, I'm not shocked by that, Dawson. Dawson's not even a drinker, by the way, just so you know.
No, it's not because I'm a woman. I'm just not an alcoholic.
Yes. So what are you saying about us?
Yeah.
We're just following the Traeger recipe. It said drink beers while you're setting it up, right? Literally, Traeger. That is a toxic masculinity company.
You
when
think
you're
they'll
looking
team up with Dylan Mulvaney?
Yeah, when you God, we'll sell the Traeger then. Look at the top left of Twitter. Up in that top left is usually the little bird. This is no joke. Apparently Elon Musk put the Doge symbol up there today. So if you go to Twitter, the Doge has now replaced the iconic Twitter icon. No joke. And it comes back from somebody tweeting at him about, I think you should buy Twitter. And this is before he bought Twitter. And you should put up the Doge symbol. So he literally did that today. Wow, what a random day. What a day to pick, too, with this huge news story. All
Well,
right.
it was yesterday too. This Dogecoin didn't just happen this morning, so it could have even been
Seriously, am I
a
that
day
really,
or two
am
before.
I really that far behind on things?
I know it was there yesterday.
Was
I'm
it
not
really?
sure. Yeah,
When?
I don't know. I mean,
What are you guys, your job is to tell me things. My God. Now I look like an idiot. I thought this just happened.
well,
This is yesterday.
yeah.
Or
jeez.
maybe even over the weekend? I don't know.
You assholes. It was not over the weekend.
It could have been an April Fool's thing. Who knows?
No, it wasn't. Oh my God.
Actually, this was a last year thing, Jake.
Yeah.
This is old news.
He did it when he bought the company,
You know-
Jake.
I don't have to give you brisket, by the way. There you go. That's how I play.
I do have to go get it in 10 minutes here.
10
so,
minutes ish, yeah. Well, not get it. We'll just check on it. Do you
Check
know how to
on it.
check the probe? New grill. So we got a probe. You press the button and then you wait. It's gonna wait a little second, then I'll tell you the temperature. We want it to be
Okay.
160 to 163. That's when you know you take it off. Okay, Kid Rock had a response to Budweiser's Bud Light's new campaign.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are tuning in, Trump just went into the courtroom, so we're going to be waiting for him to leave. That'll be probably 20, 30 minutes at least. So here's Kid Rock's response to Bud Light. This is this morning because I can actually see that.
Mm-hmm.
Or was it yesterday? One of the 2 days.
Grandpa's feeling a little frisky today. Let me say something to all you and be as clear and concise as possible.
Get that man in office right now.
Terrific day.
Yeah.
We need him to run for Senate in Michigan.
He almost did one time.
I know.
I mean, geez, you just go woke. It's so now some lefty on Twitter put like all you snowflakes on the right that are sick of Bud Light and want to ditch it for Miller Lite. They had the like Miller Lite promoting, Pride Day and Coors, whatever the parent company is there. Yeah, you know what? It's true. It's like all these companies are going woke. It's part of the reason it's nice to drink local, in many regards. I guess I'd be really upset if some of these great Kentucky bourbons, these companies, they went woke.
Right.
That would suck.
Mm-hmm.
It's Kentucky. I think they're safe.
You think? At least for now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Someone once said Minnesota was safe.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it would be crazy if like Jack Daniels, all of a sudden there's a Jacqueline Daniels, there's, it's a, something like that would not work.
That was good. Did you just come up with that?
Yeah, I've never heard of a Jacqueline Daniels, so don't want to meet her either.
Looks like we got some images. Let's go ahead and pop that image up on the big screen if you can do a little switcheroo here, Dawson. That was fluid. Very well done. Bunch of Trump supporters. Of course, you're going to get the haters showing up today, too. Trump, we briefly saw walk through the doorway to enter the courthouse. So at this point, you would believe Donald Trump has now heard the charges, or they're reading the charges to him right now. So he actually hasn't heard the charges up to this point. That's what we understand. And I think we might want to I think we're going to want to keep this live because, well, I'm not an expert. We should probably had some defense attorney. There you go. That's a image of Trump's brief time walking the hallway. Yeah, that's it. That's all we have. But you can imagine things are usually not this high profile.
What is Live Now? I've never heard of. Is it like Fox's attempt to compete with Newsmax in like the format or what?
I don't know. Why do you say compete?
Well, because this isn't the usual Fox News format. Live Now, whatever this is.
Oh, because they're branding it Live Now?
Yeah, like it's a different. You saw that guy with like the obvious green screen.
Yeah.
behind him.
Yeah. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. Live Now from Fox. Is this Fox? This might just be local Fox.
Oh.
Did you send the link, Jesse?
Yeah, I'll look at this.
Okay. And don't you dare get off True Social here.
Has anyone else in the comments heard of this? Am I just behind the times?
Well, don't ask me.
Let's see,
I'm
it is-
clearly
it-
behind the times.
Well, I'm asking.
Well, no, the channel is called Live Now from Fox. So
Right.
it looks like maybe it's a separate.
But like, what if someone can answer this in the comments? Because I've never heard of this.
Well, there's a lot of commotion going on. Now they're realizing they got to put up these barricades.
Mm-hmm.
Try to think.
Oh
here.
shoot! I wonder if that's in reaction to the people outside.
Like, what are you trying to do here? Maybe okay. So what I think what's happening is they're gonna have the press pool come up to that. That's what's probably going on. This is outside, obviously the courthouse. Cops. I mean, they really ramped up security in New York City here for this event. What a crazy thing that's going on.
Yeah. No, and every other president, they're above the law. Just like you're saying with Bill Clinton, he's allowed to fly to Epstein's Island. Obama, he's allowed to spy on Trump's campaign. Bush, he's allowed to lie about weapons of mass destruction, killing our own people and innocent people.
Yeah,
in
but
the
you know
Middle
what
East.
the difference of the Obama and the Bush thing is? They were presidents, so you have to impeach them. And we've had weak Congresses that don't impeach presidents. And, of course, the first guy to be impeached since Bill Clinton essentially is Donald Trump for a bullshit charge on Ukraine.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. You got comments? Okay. And even more bullshit on January 6th, as we learned. Go ahead. Let's hear the comments.
So Tim on Facebook says that it's not the title of the show. They're saying Raw and Live. So I don't know, but
Fox, Raw, Live. I don't know. They're branding Live now. It's who cares?
Yeah.
This is the worst subject matter possible.
I'm just interested. That's all.
Thanks for bringing that up, William. That's why we don't have you plan the whole show.
And we have someone on YouTube. His name is It's Golf. And it says MAGA 2020 forever. But don't forget Trump party with Epstein down on the island eating pizza.
I don't think Trump went to Epstein's Island, right?
He was on the flight log.
No, he wasn't.
I'm pretty sure he was, and we were all surprised.
Dawson, you are fake news.
We were
I
all
am pretty
looking at
certain.
it,
You
and were
fact
like,
check it,
"That's
but I'm pretty
weird."
certain he was not on the
Well,
flight
so
log.
supposedly he was on the flight log.
You can
that's
find
what
any piece of liberal crap to tell you whatever you want to
so
hear.
aggressive
Showed it
for
to
no
me.
reason, man.
You showed it to us, or Jake did. I can't
But
remember.
so once Trump found out about all the trafficking stuff, supposedly he banned Epstein from all of his hotels and properties. So good on him.
Well, yeah, Trump famously talked about Epstein before he was even imprisoned, I think, before he was even arrested.
Yep.
So, I mean, listen, if you find a credible source that says Trump went to Epstein Island, I think that's fair game. But, Bill Clinton went to Epstein's Island many times. Here, let's do this. Let's, because I'm really curious what Mega Jesse has to say that wouldn't be good for YouTube. So if you're watching on YouTube right now, if you're still on YouTube, listen, I get it. I like learning about prepping. I like new hunting videos. I like learning how to build things, the latest in Milwaukee tools. I love that stuff, and YouTube's a great platform for it. YouTube's awful when it comes to politics. They silence and censor what we have to say. They've given us two strikes many times, which puts us on a 2-week ban. This has happened 3 times, I think, Dawson. 3 times we've been taken off their platform. Anytime we build up an audience again on YouTube, that's when we usually get taken back down. So, really, in the words of Kid Rock, you know what you can do, YouTube. So we're going to take off our feed on YouTube. I want you to go over to Rumble, put in the search menu, Truth Hurts. Join us on Rumble, the true free market platform. So we're off YouTube. And do we have that? Okay, so we are validated that we're off YouTube. What is too hot for YouTube?
I'll have to send it to Dawson. I just found